Hi and welcome back to World of Tanks with Antonow 2. So yeah, that's me. I was just scrolling over the World of Tanks news on the website today, just checking out the news, when I stumbled over these really queer messages. And, first I thought, what the heck is up? Can they be serious? And by now, I've read through all these new articles that have been uploaded today, and I realised that today is the 1st of April, so I think that they are April Fools, but some of them just might not be, and if they aren't, I'm going to be really, really angry with Wargaming. So, what you can do is, of course, you can go to the news site of World of Tanks and check them out for yourselves, but if you're too lazy to do that, like I would be in your situation, just keep on watching this video. But just in advance, I want to warn you that everything I'll be telling you probably just is an April Fool, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So yeah, let's just have a look. The first thing I realised this morning when I look at the World of Tanks website is World of Tanks lands on the moon, and I think, what's going on? World of Tanks on the moon? The first thing I thought this meant was that some fat wargaming guy let himself be rocketed up to the moon and sat down there and with his laptop and started to play World of Tanks. But when you click here, it turns out that isn't the way of it. They tell us that there's gonna be a new moon map added in patch 8.5. So yeah, that's really ridiculous, because this game's supposed to be a Second World War simulation, and the moon isn't a part of the Second World War, no way. So yeah, you can see a picture here, say, of a IS-7 on the moon. Looks pretty stupid. And then they tell you here that according to the change in gravity and so on, the tanks will behave differently and you'll be able to hop around with your tanks, something like that. So yeah, here you can see how the map will look like. Yeah, as I said, this probably is an April Fool, because if you check down here, it says that perhaps next time they'll be adding the Sun or Mercury or Venus. That's really ridiculous. So yeah, as I said, that's just probably an April Fool. Yeah, next we have some exclusive information on patch 8.5. So that's what I've been, kind of more or less nearly spamming you with in the last few days. And yeah, before I kind of caught on that this is probably an April Fool, I thought I'd just have to start to make a whole new preview of patch 8.5 because of all this stuff. So they tell you that you're able to surrender in the games, and then nobody is allowed to shoot at you anymore, and you aren't allowed to shoot at anybody either. And you get this kind of glass dome over your tank, something like that, some kind of energy field, and yeah, stupid. Then, second of all, it says that in 8.5 you'll be able to pause the game, but they'll only every player will only be allowed to pause the game once, which is kind of bullshit as well. And then last of all, what I kind of really thought, like, this can't be serious, and this was the point where I realised that this is an April Fool. It says that they build in silencers for the gun, and you can switch off the gun sound, and instead of a gun, this kind of little banner pops out, and it says bang on it instead of a gun sound. Yep, so that's kind of pretty daft as well. And then down here, it says some stuff that might not be total garbage. It says that the bridge in Westfield will be repaired. So that bridge in Westfield that goes over that canyon or gorge or however you want to call it, that's going to be repaired, it says here. Then of course because it's in a strange context, you don't know if they're just kidding you. But I think that sounds plausible, and if the bridge will be repaired, I think that would be a really cool thing, because I hate that bridge broken in the middle. And then it also says that they've, I don't know, somehow changed some pumpkins on highway, and that now you are able to drive on only one track, so like kind of tilt over to one side and drive in one track in light scouting tanks. I don't know, probably not, but I'm not really sure about that. Yeah, and then comes the really crazy shit. This is ridiculous. This is really, really ridiculous. If you think that what you've seen till now is ridiculous, you haven't seen anything yet. This is super ridiculous. It says that you'll have spherical tanks. Spherical tanks are stuff like these tanks here. They've basically got one big wheel in the middle, and then we've got like 2 guns on each side. So a gun on each side, and you can see some pictures of these spherical tanks here. Like say, there's one. Yeah, so I feel sorry for the people in Wargaming, in the Wargaming development, that had to type all this. Those are definitely 3 Word document pages of simple bullshit, just so that some guys can have some fun on the website. I feel really sorry for those people, but yeah, spherical tanks, no way. I'm 100% sure that they won't add this, so that's definitely a fraud. So we go back, and now comes the information that I think might not be April Fool. I think this might even be, they might even mean this seriously. Zombies to swarm World of Tanks and World of Warplanes. I'm no way sure about this. As I said, it's probably just Fool again, but it may just not be. And yeah, this is crazy. Just gonna check out. We're just gonna quickly check out this video because it's just too stupid to ignore. So yeah, let's have a look. So in advance, I just want to quickly say sorry for the not all that great pixel rate. I've got 360 pixels because my internet connection isn't all that great at the moment. So yeah, all the same, we'll just have a look at the video. Oh, scary.
I gotta say, the first time I heard our designers came up with the concept, I was a little mystified as to why we would do this. And then I thought about the idea, and I thought this could actually be a kick-ass idea. So I know Wargaming has a reputation of being innovators in the online space, especially in free-to-play and MOBA, but I think that we can sort of learn from our competitors and take the concept. So the more I think about it, I think that what a great idea, we should absolutely do this. So I can safely announce now, I think that coming very soon, all of our titles will have zombie mode implemented.
So zombies are pretty much all the rage these days. If you look at what...
At this point, I just want to quickly comment on this, because this guy says that having zombies is a good idea. I definitely don't agree. Having zombies is a really bad idea because it just kind of ruins the game, I think. Of course, some of you will probably have other opinions. If you do have, or if you have the same opinion, that's something you can write down in the comments, and we could have a little discussion on if there should be zombies in World of Tanks or not. I definitely don't think there should be zombies in World of Tanks because, having zombies in games like, say, Black Ops 2, for example, is okay. It's not great, but I think it's okay. But, zombies just are totally out of place in World of Tanks. But then again, as this probably will be an April Fool, it doesn't really matter.
All the top studios are doing, they all seem to have a zombie mode. We also have zombie books, zombie movies. probably weren't too surprised actually when one of the lads in Minsk came up with the idea, but they tasked him with it anyway, and I have to say the end result he got was really kind of awesome.
So at this point, you just realise that this guy has kind of nearly cracked up when he just realises what kind of bullshit he's just talking, really. But then again, everything in this video is very detailed, and it might be that this is true.
Might think that killing zombies with a tank is pretty easy. I mean, driver, track, zombie, drive and adjust, or use your HE or AP, whatever, accordingly, depending on what your end results are. But there's all sorts of variations it can have. I mean, if you have side skirts, does that mean that the zombie can't climb on top of your tank so easily? Or if you don't have side skirts, is it more likely to get caught up in your road wheels?
So, yeah, at this point I just had to kind of laugh. How does the zombie affect the style of gameplay in your tank? Absolutely ridiculous.
One interesting thing though, the AI is fantastic. We're not going to have dumb, brainless zombies. These guys are going to learn. They'll adapt as you go. They will try to infect your crew, and players will have to work together and develop new tactics in order to try to survive.
It took us by surprise. We weren't expecting the designers to come up with this. So we were challenged to come up with different scenarios and options and different modes for implementing the zombies. It's a little bit too early to say right now what all of these options will be, but I can safely announce that it will be an escort mode of zombies in World of Tanks.
And now comes the really crazy part about zombies in World of Warplanes and zombies jumping onto your planes from trees. Please enjoy.
Of course, beta players for World of Warplanes are all familiar with the ground attack aircraft, and they got these fantastic AI gunners. They really are quite lethal, especially against a lone attacking fighter. Now, of course, that said, the gunner is vulnerable. You can shoot the gunner if you're an attacking fighter, kill the gunner. It takes a bit of skill, but you can do it.
If you think about it, 10 seconds after you kill the fighter plane, the gunner comes back as a zombie, and you have to kill him again. Terrain is an important tactical component in air combat. And in an urban setting, you have buildings and the such, so you can quite easily weave through to lose your opponent. But trees? What does that mean?
Skillful players, of course, will be familiar with the concept of terrain following. It's a great way of shaking off and pursuing aircraft and maybe giving you a little bit more survivability. Green used to be good. Of course, there's a bit of a catch now these days. If you go with too close to the trees, well, who knew? It turns out that zombies can climb trees. So there they are, just hanging just below the foliage roof, and the arms outstretched, they will climb onto any aircraft that flies by. So the more zombies you have on your aircraft, the heavier it is. You got your power to weight ratio problems, you got more drag, your aircraft is going to become slower, less maneuverable. So zombies are very definitely a hazard, even before you worry about whether or not they're going to infect the pilot.
So the next time you climb into an airplane, think twice, because there could be zombies hanging underneath trees. And if your pilot flies too low and hits the trees, you're going to have zombies all over the place. So I would be very, very careful.
Wing, what are you going to do? Fly into the trees to catch another one? Like, your plane will be out of balance, you won't be able to fly.
So that's, of course, a very, very clever thing to do. If you've got a zombie on your right wing, of course, I would get a second zombie on my left wing, instead of just killing the zombie on my right wing. Really, really intelligent.
Pro tip, stay clear of pine trees. Zombies love them. We have no idea why, but they hang out there by the dozen. Maybe it's a smell.
Okay, just wait. You develop these zombies, but you don't know why they like pine trees. You program them to like pine trees, but you don't know why they like pine trees. Oh my god.
Smell of resin or something. Don't know.
It's a funny thing about zombie AI. These guys are incredibly smart. We never thought we'd see the things we did.
Now, should I add, it's often not a good idea to try to shoot a zombie. Chances are, if you don't get a headshot, you'll just make them mad.
We still have some development left to do. There's still tweaks to the zombie AI and the different animations for killing zombies, but I think we're fairly close, and I think that the game really does benefit from having zombies in.
Okay, I definitely don't think so. Now, first of all, I've got one question to you guys. What is zombie AI? I don't know, so if one of you knows, please write that in the comments. Yeah, so otherwise, thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you thought this was interesting, and I thought it was shocking as well. If any of this stuff is going to come up, which I don't think it will, I'm definitely not looking forward to it, and I sincerely hope that you aren't either. If you are, perhaps you should think about watching another World of Tanks channel, because I aren't sure if you are still welcome on my channel. No, I was only messing around, but I don't think this is any good. I mean, I'm not sure if this is actually just a joke, because they might even be serious about this zombie thing. Although the thing, what I think they probably did is probably just having a conference somewhere in Moscow, and they were talking about what they could add to the game. Then somebody came up with zombies, and everybody laughed at him. And then they said, "Yeah, we could bring that in as a April Fool." So and then they perhaps just did it. I don't know. I don't really care all that much as long as they don't introduce it to the game. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting, perhaps a bit funny as well. It definitely was, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.